Yesterday was the worst day of my fucking life, and I'll be explaining why the fuck it was. Um, and I'm gonna explain this in the most natural ways possible. And yeah. Now, for starters, obviously, I've told one of my friends how I felt, how I expressed, because usually I'm the guy that's like, do this random bullshit, does bullshit purposely and accidentally, right? And obviously, I'm the laughing stock. But I like that because you wanna know why? I like attention, But yesterday was not good. Like horrible. Um I wanted to express myself of what happened yesterday, but obviously they were going to talk about Target, what happened at Target, with me crashing into the car, because obviously it was, yeah, and I was gonna make some bullshit up, like, oh, I didn't mean to, but, obviously I did on purpose, right? But I wanted to express myself what happened, but, I couldn't. So, and I think like a couple of them laughed when I was trying to explain, in which I was like, this is not a joking matter. This is serious. Like, I felt a dead body. Now, of course, they apologize. Some of them, well, yeah, they apologize, and of course, they didn't understand my situation because obviously they didn't take me serious because I'm the joke. I do a lot of jokes. I do a lot of trolling, right? But when you do so much, people doesn't take you serious, and I can understand that. I can fully understand why, because obviously I learned this from my friend Jaden, he's a great person, but he jokes a lot, and I don't even know if he's serious or not. So I'm like, okay, yeah, but he didn't laugh. He was just very, very I don't think he wasn't laughing at all, but you know he was. My controller's about to die. Hold on, controller. Just charged it. So, now we're getting on to. Let's skip all that. Let's get on to the real meat, right? So, what happened on that day, yesterday, right? Okay, so yesterday I was told by my manager, can I clock in at 4? My manager told me to clock in at 4 to 10. I was like, nope, I can't make it. I came home at 4:14. I was like, okay, well, I don't know if I can still clock in. So I waited an hour to text him, hey, can I still clock in even though it's not 4:10? He was like, yeah, sure, you can still come in. I was like, okay, bet. So I came in, put on my clothes, etc. And I drive there, right? I drive there, clocked in at 5:10, I think. Yeah, 5:10. So I clocked in at 5:10, and obviously not even out in, right? So I clocked in and I get on my register. And obviously I'm bringing up customers, getting their orders right, etc. Right? I was 35 cents over that day. Okay, fuck. I know, right? Fuck. We we start reading. I start reading the customers, blah blah blah, and boom, bam. The guy comes in. He sits on the go-karts. Okay. Now, in my peripheral, I see the guy, but I wasn't focused on him because I thought, okay, he's just he's a usual customer. Every customer does that, so yeah, right. But in my peripheral, I see Hannah. Hannah was on the phone, and then I don't know with I fucking King Crimson's King Crimson ass ability. She I don't know what's ability that's like understands the future. No, Yuha's ability to understand the fucking future. Hannah was like, this guy doesn't feel well, and Stephanie was concerned as well. And then like a couple seconds later, the guy collapsed. The guy fell, and the guy starts having a seizure. Now, Hannah and Stephanie rushes in. I was ringing up customers, and then I decided to rush in because I was like, I want to, because like I can't let two of my coolest managers struggle, right? I love these managers. These managers are really cool, and other cashiers, I think they had customers, and I mean they can really do anything, and they were shocked as well. But they had customers coming in, and I was like, oh my god. And I didn't have customers, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go in. So I go in, and I think one of the baggers didn't even do shit. The baggers was like, oh shit. So I was like, what the fuck? Are we serious? Are we dead ass right now? Are we dead ass? So then I decided, okay, I'm gonna rush in. I want to help, right? I want to support because I don't want Hannah to do all this and that. I want, get the guy's body, in a stable position where, obviously when a person is getting a seizure, you put them on the side, right? Hannah was like, no, you can't. No, I got this. Please, I understand fully. I was like, how do you understand fully? Because she already experienced it. Not experienced the surgery, but already knows what to do whenever a person has a seizure. That was the moment I wanted to fucking cry because Hannah is a great person, by the way, fantastic manager, and Stephanie as well, fantastic manager. Paco, I think he tried, but he was like, obviously with the store manager, he's the manager of the store, so obviously, in case if something bad happens, he has to take care of the store and, you know, etc. So if in case of the family was getting angry at the store, they're obviously gonna go to Paco first. So yeah, and Stephanie was calling the paramedics and everything. You know what? I gotta tell you about the paramedics. Paramedics were taking their sweet ass fucking time. They're taking their sweet ass time. They didn't even like remotely give a fuck. I was like, bro, somebody's literally dying. Hannah checks his pulse. This is where you check the pulse. You check the pulse from the neck, or you check the pulse from the wrist, right? This wrist, right? So she checks her pulse at first, right? The guy was still breathing, still okay. Then I checked his pulse. It was stone cold. Stone cold. It was stone cold. And I don't even think the guy was breathing. Because Lorenzo, one of the baggers, he said Lorenzo's a great guy, by the way, but I mean he was in shock. So I mean obviously he was traumatic as shit, right? And I think he's seen a lot of shit, so I don't think he was unfazed. But for me, I was completely just like, I tried cool, but then I had a breakdown, right? But Lorenzo tells me that, oh, the guy is stable. He's not fucking stable. The guy is quite literally fucking dead or unconscious. But what I can say is the guy is dead. I don't think he made it. Listen, he had no pulse. His skin was blue and yellowish. Blue and yellow, or purple, I think. I don't know. I think it was purple or blue. It was purple bluish, some type of color, and yellow. And the guy arm, so the arm, let me show you. Arm was, instead of like normal like this, it went this. Flops. All I know is that guy, rest in peace, and I don't think he made it. Rest in peace, but I don't think he lived. And I felt the coldness. I was terrified because we literally saw somebody dying and I couldn't do anything. That was the most scariest thing ever. That was the most terrifying thing ever. Because just imagine if I was like that. If I imagine myself, if I was there and somebody didn't even give a fuck, I look around and I'm like, really? Nobody cared? And this one bitch ass dumbass customer was like, you have to turn this way, you have to turn this way. You were saying shit and you didn't do shit. Really? Really? And I was terrified that day. And I went home and I tried, and I called my friend and I was like, because like I was trying to explain all the situation to my other friends. They wouldn't take me serious because obviously, I'm the troller, I'm the joker. And I was like, right now it ain't joking, right? And I cried. I literally just like broke down tears in front of my friends because like that was so terrifying. And I'm thankful for having, I thank you for having them as friends. Like I'm glad to have them as friends, but it was, but yeah, terrifying. I don't want to cry again because obviously I already did, but dude, just seeing that terrifies me because like you really mean to tell me that this happens on a daily? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop doing all this stuff. I might just not. Like all of this really, really happened to me. Like literally everybody around me. I thought it was just on the internet. It literally happened. Nobody cared. Nobody gave an ounce of empathy. Yeah, I know prices are high. Prices are going even higher on the next year. Houses rents are just getting higher. Gas prices are getting higher. Eggs are getting higher. But the fact that you don't have a second of empathy, that these customers just walk past him, walk past out, walk past, walk past, walk past. Nobody gives a fuck. I even seen one guy saying ew. Ew. Someone said ew. Because the fucking guy was in the seizure was pissed himself. And the guy said ew. How disrespectful do you have to be? But yeah, that's basically all what happened yesterday. But thankfully, some of them, took into account and was like, yeah, all that. And I don't think I'm ever, 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 ever clocking on those days again. I might clock in on some Thursdays, but not this Thursday. No. And mind you, this was a couple days after graduation, so I was supposed to be enjoying life. That's pretty much it. Take care. And just know, be grateful that you are still okay. That's all I gotta say. Take care.